Hey everyone, welcome to Firefall Live. I'm Frank Lettieri, aka Faded Pez, the community manager here for Red 5 Studios. We have a fun show for you today. We're going to recap some dev posts. We have Chris from Web Dev here, not Chris Whiteside, as someone pointed out in chat before the show. I think that was Naz. We're joined by Chris and Mika. Yay! We're going to talk to Chris about some web dev stuff, and we have like a little feature that I wasn't actually planning at the beginning of the week to discuss, but since it sounds like we're going to, we're okay with discussing this one, so that should be fun. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, not this again. See, I use this thing and I accidentally hit the microphone button, so it's writing over all the notes with everything I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
So as some people have pointed out, one of the things on people are asking is, when's that PTS patch coming out? Phobos had posted on the forum saying, hey, it's not ready. There's too many. I mean, it's true. We are working on so many big ticket systems that you can't just piecemeal them out, and it would just break a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So we're locking it down. We're probably not going to patch this month, but we're close. I can feel it. I feel it, guys.
It's worth the wait, though.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. We've also talked about some perks because people were asking, how are perks going to work? Because we haven't really touched on that yet. I mean, I guess it's kind of one of those things we took for granted, but one of the things for perks that I guess people are confused about is what's going to happen to the Accord frames perks. Mm-hmm. So what happens there is when you're leveling in the new system from 1 to 20, you'll gain a perk at 10 and 15, and those are the Accord perks, which we're now theming or terming archetype perks. Mm. After you hit level 20, you choose your advanced frame, so you then become that frame, so you become a fire cat from an assault, and now you get your first advanced perk. And after that, there are more perks to unlock. There are 2 more archetype perks, so that takes care of the Accord perks. They haven't gone anywhere. Mm-hmm. And then there's the full 4 advanced perks. So there's still 8 perks in total you're unlocking while you're maxing out a frame. So just to make sure that was clear. And Phobos actually posted a mega thread on all the perks and their changes, which you can see in the PTS subforum. People have caught on a couple of things, like we mentioned a couple of things like elite ranks. We'll be talking about that soon. Drink. Sorry. We'll be talking about that one soon, but first, another one that people picked up on was the auxiliary weapon slot, which is going to be coming in an itemization blog, which we're actually prepping and trying to get ready to release very soon here, and then Cloud Chaser will be on 2 weeks from today to talk about that blog. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff happening, and we're getting ready. We're getting amped up. We're working on battle frame, like how to talk about the battle frame changes, all the advanced frames. So we're getting all amped up. But that's most of the stuff. And then Lutz had posted, thank you, Air Lutz. He posted about, someone was asking about performance improvements, and he went into theory about we could rewrite the engine knowing what we know now, because that's way out of scope. Like, doing that would be a ridiculous task. So that's not possible, but he did mention that PTS does have some performance improvements, which people have noticed, and he's talking about other things we can do in the future that can make an impact on your client performance. He also goes into why we don't have a 64-bit client, which is pretty interesting. One of the things he said was it's really not worth the work because we don't use more than 4 gigs of RAM, and if we go over that, it's a leak, which we should fix anyway. So he said it's not really going to be worth the effort, and we have to support 32-bit systems anyway.
Just a very exhausting thought right now. Just to like, think about what it would take for us to do it.
Oh my goodness.
At this point.
Well, yeah, and he's working on cinematics tools, which I think is something we should probably. I think that'd be a cool blog to write about. Is like how we're doing these these cool cinematics for the core missions. Because
work in progress,
yeah, I mean, we could. If we literally like maybe a year ago, we would talk about like you have to place the character on the ground and then take control of them, or make them play an animation and then manually move the camera. And he actually built cinematic tools that make a whole world of difference in terms of like cranking out those cinematics at high quality. So, but when I say cinematics, I mean in-game cinematics. So it'll be like how the character's rendered inside the game, not like high-def renders or photorealistic renders, but how they're rendered in the game. We do only have a 32-bit client. Yes. Anyways, but yeah, that's the cool stuff. In case you missed that stuff on the forums, so check out Dev Tracker, and we'll post this all in the recap, and you'll be able to find the links for all that stuff. Aw, Dragon Firestorm. My goodness. The other is Bromaster asleep today? I swear he trolls me. He just Kirk just goes into meetings, gets on his phone, and comes in chat and types jetball, and then he's out. You bastard. He actually admitted that to me this Wednesday. Like, I know how to wake him up. Jetball.
Anything with bro, it's got to be Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm. Programmer. Svelte is the word of the day.
Jetball. It's begun.
Jetball?
Jetball.
Oh my
vibes.
goodness.
That's my favorite thing now is when I go into the game in production, everyone I see, I throw the Omni ball at them.
Yeah.
And I've gotten like massive like 10 to 15 people just having like a massive catch game basically.
One of my favorite tricks now is I'll log on to a shard at random, and they'll be doing Bronodon King, and I have one of the prototype chosen polymorphs, and once the Bronodon King's at about 20 or 50% ish, depending on how many people are there, I'll start plopping incursions down.
That's messed up.
A troll with dev tools. I don't know if that's a good
it's really funny
combination.
because we have this new thing where like now when you polymorph, it has a menu which faction you want to choose. So I pick a chord, and then so no one can attack me, but I can summon the incursions down, and they come down chosen.
You're just evil, man.
It's
Super
fun. I mean,
troll.
everyone's been having a lot of fun with
yeah.
that. So, but yeah, I mean, once in a while, you may catch me jumping in there and dropping like 7 incursions
And you
in
wonder
one
why
spot.
people want to punt you.
And that's why they want to punt me. I don't do that when you do VK. I don't know. I've been doing a lot, at least a few times a week lately. For reals, I don't have that polymorph.
Their pain.
I think
ring pain.
I think only the community team has that polymorph.
I don't have the
I thought it was.
polymorph, I don't think.
Maybe.
It was a prototype. Like, they're like, okay, well, how can we improve the chosen for the next offensive? Yes, we do want to do that again at some
I
point.
want to do it.
So you're just testing. You're just testing.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, strictly testing.
The downside is we can't do like a full. I can't do like a full like announced offensive on it because it's like it doesn't have a weapon, so I kind of can't shoot anybody. I could just like call down bifolds and incursions, and the bifolds blow up like immediately.
My favorite was always the super uppercut.
The
Oh
just
my
use that
gosh.
everywhere.
The Hydreigon.
Yeah.
the super uppercut that disconnected someone, or it completely broke their character or something if
They
they
glitched
died
into the
by
ground.
it. Yeah.
And then they died.
Whoops.
I would have died anyways.
Too strong.
Oh, how fast that email went out. Stop using the uppercut.
You mean this one?
I don't think I got that email. So.
They kept telling us not to use the
Oh
siphon.
no,
Yeah, they
programmer,
took
But when they got
programmer has arrived.
roasted.
that programmer. Oh my goodness.
Who made Kirk a mod?
We should.
So,
Oh, he's not a mod. He just pays the Twitch sub. No ads. Turbo. But yeah, I mean, that's a good segue into let's talk about some web dev.
Speaking of which.
Speaking of programmer and web dev, we have Chris here, and not programmer, although I have ideas to bring programmer back on. We discussed it this week. But so really, we started a thread on the forums saying, hey, we're going to have Chris on, and he's from web dev. What kind of questions do you have? And I don't think many people understand what you guys really do, because, I mean, typically, I don't know, as a layperson, I might think of you guys as like, well, you work on the website, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very misleading title, but my special... Thank you, Kirk.
Wow.
That's very
my special
sweet of you.
Kirk says, my special boy.
But the main stuff we do is basically support all the back end of the game and support storing all your information so that when you leave, you can actually go back and play the game again, which is it's convenient. So every time, God damn it, Kirk. Every time you get an item or level up or anything, all that information is sent to our servers and we store it so that the game server and the UI can both go back and get it later. And there's also some other cool stuff we do, like we're in charge of figuring out what zone to put you on, and we have stuff that does auto-scaling of the servers up and down for when things get busy and things get less busy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's most of what we do.
So you guys do that server, you guys built the auto-scaling service? It's a lot of working with tech ops on that one too, right?
I think Programmer had a lot to do with that.
That's right. Yeah, I remember those discussions. He also did another one of the things that he worked on was, I mean, Programmer's been here for longer than you have, but so I mean, we can say he's worked on like leaderboards as well.
Oh yeah, he's our PvP master.
He is. I mean, he's the proponent. I mean, he's done a lot of the back end work. The other component is we now need a nice looking interface. You know, we a nice operational interface to pull all that stuff. But he's tracking stats, and we were talking about leaderboards even more. I remember like talking about this kind of stuff. It's always cool to find out like what you guys are working on, because it's like, oh wow, that is badass. So before we actually get into the questions, I want to talk about the thing that you mentioned that you're working on.
Sure, and I am super excited about it. So we're going to be working on a squad builder system so that you can actually post that you're looking for a squad, and you can find the squad cross servers. So you have more than just the 20 to 30 people that are on the same zone as you to actually squad up with, which is,
I mean,
in my opinion, incredible.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the challenges. I mean, we tried to upgrade the LFG system. Well, we upgraded mostly the interface in the last pass on it, but one of the challenges with the LFG system is when people are looking to do Kanaloa, and like even this week I saw that people were looking to do Kanaloa. You're sitting in Devil's Tusk, and you're like, hey, does anyone want to do Kanaloa? The people that are in Amazon, Sir Tao and Coral Forest don't hear you, and the people on other Devil's Tusk shards don't hear you, and they don't recognize that you're looking for more. So
so the cool thing about putting it mostly on the website is that it'll be universal. So you can just put your message out there, and then everyone can see it no matter where they are, and it'll be way easier to get groups and to do cool stuff. Yeah,
that's exciting, because that's like something that's been people have been asking for that for a long time.
I'm definitely looking forward to it myself, because
never forever alone. No more.
But being a dev, you can always find a group because everyone wants to group with the dev. So
that's true. I can't get into a Bane Claw run like that.
Yeah.
But let's see. Another challenge is to make players use it. Right now, most people are using third-party add-ons. I mean, that's true. I mean,
Well,
it's just a matter of like raising awareness, and people actually have to, go that extra distance to actually use it.
yeah, and now it'll be, you just can use it in the game. You don't have to worry about going and getting the third-party thing. You don't have to worry about keeping it updated or anything like that, or any support issues, because we'll be supporting it ourselves. So it should always be something that's up to date and works fine, and
Yeah.
I would rather use it myself.
Yeah, I typically run vanilla. Like, I really appreciate our add-on creators. The only add-on I have, I think, is the screen thirds that I made Yotaro rewrite, or Arky, one of the two. And it just be like, people will come by my desk and they see me playing, and they're like, why is there white lines all over your screen? I'm like, oh, that's for framing screenshots.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yeah. That's all it's for.
Never connected those dots. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's really all it does, so that I can, like, frame them up really nice, turn off the UI, take a screenshot, turn it back on.
You need to get the selfie cameras like WoW has now.
I actually don't run Mentos. I don't run it. It's an add-on that I can say it, whatever. It's an
Makes
add-on
your
that the
breath
mentors
fresh?
have created for. Yeah, it makes your. It's the fresh maker.
Dang it.
But it's an add-on that connects the mentors in together so that they can chat with each other.
Oh, cool.
The big goal there is that when it comes to a mentor, like, someone's not expected to know everything ever. I mean, you're going to be leaning on other people that probably know other things.
When it comes to being a dev, you're not expected to know everything ever either.
Well, you are expected. The
Yeah.
reality of it, though.
Right?
I get many questions a day where it's like,
I know that.
I'm like, I have no idea.
Not even a ballpark.
Not even. Not even gonna pretend to fake this answer. I'm just kidding. But yeah, they run it together so that they can ask each other for support and help and like communicate. So it's really cool. Yeah, I just use IRC because it connects into an IRC channel, a private IRC channel, and that's how they. It's pretty neat actually how it works. Clever. But yeah, I don't run Mentos because Trident, of course. Will the looking for group be EU-US compatible? Like when he posts looking for group in Europe, will the US players also see it?
I believe we're not doing it per data center. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to check. But I believe it's just, it would be for everyone. So you just put it out there, and then everyone in the 3 data centers will be able to see it.
Okay.
As far as I know right now.
Yeah, let's we'll get an exact answer for that, Drake. For the recap, we'll definitely get you an exact answer. That way we have the a nice like definite answer, so we can share that with everyone. I'm really excited about this. We forgot to play Heads Up, by the way. My bad. I forgot to call for Heads Up. My mistake. Shimmer Core Audio. We know what's wrong with that. I think one of the audio guys was tinkering with something, and then it got broke. That's the technical term. It got broke.
The new LFG will be glorious. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it'll be fantastic. I mean it's really. I think one of the things Chris Whiteside was mentioning was the British.
I'm
one.
sorry that I'm not British. Everyone. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Sorry, everyone. But one of the things I think he's pretty big on is social features, and I mean it's not like we haven't been before. It's just we really need to make sure we're focusing in on that. So, and LFG is a great social feature to make sure that hey, I'm thumping. Just post a notice. I'm thumping. Who wants to come with me?
Yeah, I remember playing Final Fantasy XI a lot in that game. At least when I played it, you just had to flag yourself as looking for group. So you had to manually go searching through all the zones and everything to try to build your group from scratch. And then you go over to WoW and it's like, I want a group. And it's like, okay, done. You're in.
Question, can we have the last boss enemy of Blackwater show its ugly head back from the melding? So if we're talking about Necronus, that's a tricky one. Necronus doesn't know how to turn.
Or walk, really.
He can walk.
He glides.
Necronus doesn't know how to
Style.
turn.
I saw someone put Necronus in one of our test servers the other day. I just like logged in to test something, and there was a giant Necronus there. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But Necronus, as he is now, I will say, would not be. I don't think we would feel that would be an interesting open world fight. He works well in Blackwater because the space was built for what he does, or it does. Give Necronus a jetpack.
Necronus male confirmed.
Oh, yes.
But yes, that Necronus would require a lot of work in order for it to be an interesting open world boss.
I support giving him a jetpack, though.
Just like pop it like right
think
on his
everyone
bum
needs
or
a
something,
jetpack,
and he
to
just
be
kind of
honest.
like tilts forward. That's it.
Though if Chosen had jetpacks, I would not be able to play the game because my only strategy is to hide on top of a rock and shoot down them.
Send in a Necronus, then send in 3 more. Send in the Necronus. No stick shift.
No. Pet Necronus now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're ruining
It's
all the
too
lore.
late.
No, I did it. I'm trying to catch him with chat.
You're ruining all the Necronus fan fiction now.
Drake84PL asked about the player-created weapons. I know that's not something you're working on, but that's something Cowboy was actually working on, David Rogers. And I think some of them might make it in with the update. Some of them might not. The challenge there is we were trying to build like new models for them as opposed to just use existing models. We really wanted to make them interesting and impactful, and they're gonna have like new behaviors. I think in one of the docs or a couple of the docs I saw, or at least the battle frame weapons one, it looked like a couple of the ones that he wants to build out or that he has spec'd out are the ones from the player created. The player creations. So that's when we did the resource migration event back when we went from beta to launch. And people just turned in they migrated in all their resources. The top 10 donators got to build their own weapon.
Oh,
So
that's pretty cool.
I think I didn't see the HMG one. One of the ones was like a Tesla HMG. That's going to require some modeling, but that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Like the biotech, one of the biotech weapons anyway, I think looks like it was one of the ones that he had spec'd out there, and maybe one of the recon weapons, but player creations is not a lie. How dare you? How dare you? Let us name the weapons in PvE.
When are we gonna get player-created hats, though?
Player created hats.
That's the question. Always use more hats.
Everyone's Tesla HMG. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah. Earthmonger, you missed upgrade to LFG system. We'll have it in the recap. I know you don't have the guns, but we actually expected to have them earlier, but the development plans changed. Like we had to address a whole bunch of the game, and David was already doing a combat rework, so that these weren't going to come in until like at the same time, or if not after anyway. And he's still working on it. Like, so it actually takes some time. I mean, especially if you're doing it in the middle of a combat, like the combat upgrade. He spent a good several months like honing down the archetypes themselves, like just the Accord frames. So
yeah, unfortunately, we hire people that need like food and sleep and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we hire all the weaklings.
I know it's your gun, Deckern. I know. Trust me. I look at the spreadsheet every day. I'm like, yeah, player created weapons. It does come up. Bacterial pokes me about it. I know Drake's poked me about it a couple times. But
Much combat, such upgrade.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Really, is like we designing them for a combat system that we're going to change doesn't really make much sense because we're going to have to go in and change them anyway. And really the big bottleneck in this case, like I said, was we wanted to make them look distinct and unique and cool. So, I mean, they required some concept time and model time, which it's hard to prioritize for weapons when we're like, okay, well, we need all these props for these worlds and these core mission spaces, and we need tons of things. So it's a matter of priority as well.
Long story short, they're going to be awesome and it'll be worth it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be pretty cool. Some of them, it seems like we haven't determined, and we haven't committed to the people that we've talked to about whether they're going to be like specific, like one-off loot drops, or if they're actually going to become like alternative weapons that you'll find along the way quite often. So I think that's still up in the air, but it sounds like they're all going to be like signature weapon variants. Now everyone's talking about Jetball. Thanks, programmer. I'm sure I can thank programmer for that.
The Bro Dragon.
I'm gonna blame Cupcake for that one.
Just come into my server. I'll give you plenty of jet balls.
I want a dual machine pistol model. So one of the interesting things with that is the budget for animation. I mean, by budget I mean technical budget. Like so, if you noticed, all of the handholds except for the engineer are like this, right? I mean, we do have one for HMG that's kind of like that, but they're all like this. And submachine gun would require a new handhold, especially for dual wielding, right? So now you need this.
I think we have the important question in there that is
So-
jet ball gun.
What was that?
So we have the important question there that is jet ball gun.
I mean, I have a jet ball that I could just spawn on myself and then throw at people. I don't think we need a gun for it.
Just have a gun that shoots katanas.
But
I would love to have a jet ball gun for myself. Just jet ball everybody.
yeah, doing dual wielding weapons would be really cool. But I mean, it's a matter of like time and animation and how much like extra, because that's like extra animations you have to load on the character and everything. So it's tough. I mean, it's not impossible. That's just one of the hurdles that we have to overcome in order to bring that in. Should we? How are the internal PvP tests coming along? I think the
Ask programmer.
Ask programmer.
So wasn't there one yesterday?
There was one
Wait,
yesterday
oh, yeah, kind
of a different game type than we've had. I think I've teased about that already, but
maybe
we're gonna have Muffin Man on next month to talk about PvP. Maybe we'll have programmer on with him to talk about PvP. I think that's the plan. Nerf the jet ball cooldown. We need more lag. It's a 1 minute cooldown.
I know. I agree. I want to throw more jet balls around. The worst thing about the jet balls is that if they like stop on the ground for like 2 seconds, they disappear. And whenever the people don't know what the jet ball is, they just chuck it in a random direction. And I'm like, fine, I'll get you another jet ball.
One of my things is like every time, this is gonna make it worse. But me saying this is gonna make it worse. But every time someone throws a jet ball on me and I'm like actually like typing to people in the game, I'll just turn around and throw it off into the distance and then just go back to typing because now everyone's gonna be like.
Then you spawn a bunch of incursions on them, and you walk away.
Yeesh.
I think another topic that's been coming up is like the live events. You know, are there more live events coming? I think I saw two new ones planned for. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, it depends on the update, but I mean they're still coming along. We still need to do a lot. We have a lot of work to do still. I mean, we're out here. We're trying to get you guys information as we have it. But there's a lot of work to be done, and sometimes we fall a little. We may fall a little quiet because it's like, well, you know, we've discussed about everything we can. Everything else is kind of up in the air. So, making a statement one way or the other, you don't want to like push the discussion in one way, and it's like, whoops. So everyone, you know how you got excited about that? Yeah, that's not going to work like that. So, it's actually going to work like this, which is still cool. No. Okay.
Okay. No.
Sure.
No.
I can't wait for the next Chosen offensive myself.
Yeah, I mean,
As fun as it is for you guys, being someone that's getting shot at by 50 people is intense.
it's
Do
so
my life
cool.
siphon.
I really think that we'll.
Life siphon, that was such a bad thing.
Instant dead.
Oh man, people got really salty about that.
Whoops.
Well, they're shooting you. What do you want me to do? Not kill you? I mean,
Yeah.
I think the
in moderation. In moderation.
Oh, I life siphoned
Yeah,
you
not all the
your
time.
life in 1 second.
Not all the
Well,
time.
Congratulations.
I think one of the biggest sins of the entire event was the you have to get an assist on a Chosen for the pet or 3 or
that's
execute
right.
them.
Yeah.
I think that was probably our biggest sin on
Yeah.
that. was because
That was,
yeah.
That was,
My favorite
Bad
part
news
was that
bears.
once they kill you, they all do like a little party over your corpse. And then you
yeah.
can just-
That's pretty
the
awesome.
tiki torches. Just
Yeah.
everyone's
And then you
dancing.
spawn back and then
yeah,
bomb the
then,
tiki
yeah,
torch.
then you go over there and then you can just destroy them all in like
Yeah.
one shot.
You're like, thanks for gathering in one spot. Awesome.
Melee weapons. Melee weapons. I'm just gonna say it now. Confirmed.
Ooh.
We'll talk about them in the blog,
Okay.
in the upcoming blog. But yeah, confirmed. Everyone was chosen stomping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make a parody song instead of kung fu fighting.
Oh, there was so many videos after the Chosen Offensive just of stomping devs.
Yeah. One of my favorites, which Mika actually
Yeah.
found the other day, was who was it from? They were from BENL.
I don't recall.
I forget who it was now. I'm very sorry. But he was from Bronze Army. It's on the tip of my tongue, and he won that month for Do Even Art Bro.
It was the Warriors.
It was the Warriors.
Oh, I remember that one.
Warriors.
I love that video.
That was excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Dual hammers.
I wanted to show it
Yes.
again. I was like, I want to show that video again.
But yeah, where are we at in terms of the schedule?
I believe we have more questions.
We have more questions. We can ask more questions. We're going to be spotlighting an artist in a little bit too.
Oh, I'm looking
A fan
forward to
artist.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
The legigendary
Who many,
of the fan
many
artists.
of you know. Yes.
If you can guess who I'm talking about.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Noise.
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 What were our other questions?
Okay, so one that the community asked is what kind of connected features that exist in-game would be feasible to expose outside of the game?
I like this question because the answer is basically nothing right now. We would have to, because the game server doesn't really talk to anything aside from our web services. It's all very like local within the game server, so it's not really feasible right now to get like a global chat out or anything like that. But I will say, right now, we don't have any way for our users, aside from building mods into the game that talk to our services, but we don't have any way to talk to our services outside of the game. But eventually, one day down the road, we want to make a developer API so that people can actually do cool stuff like make like a website that has everyone's like battle frames and loadouts and all that stuff, and do lots of really cool community stuff. But for right now, we just don't have that stuff set up. And I know there's a lot of questions of like, what kind of stuff can we pull into the forums? And right now, the answer is no. And I'm sorry.
We're lucky we get the. What is it? I think we had to write a special plugin to pull the titles, like your current in-game title, into the forums. Because it won't pull the title and put it in the forums. But I think that's a special plugin because the forum backend lives outside of our admin. So
yeah, for a lot of the stuff for pulling stuff into the forums, we'd also need to kind of rip out our forums and put in a better forums thing into it.
How dare you? Zen4 was awesome.
How dare you? There was a really cool question I want to talk about, though. The multi-part raids.
Oh,
What's-
yes.
Would a concept of a massive raid event that has checkpoints that allows players to complete at their own pace be plausible?
I want to throw the. I think if we decided to make a raid like that it would be possible, and I think it's an awesome idea because I played a lot of WoW, and the giant, massive, like multi-part raids are always my favorite part of playing WoW. And from a technical perspective, as far as on the website, it seems pretty feasible. So hopefully one day we can actually get something like that in. And
Yeah, I mean, that's something I think we discussed even when we put out the Devil's Tusk Warfront, which is it takes, unless you're like an elite army, it takes about an hour and 45 minutes on the fast side. Some people can do it in under an hour. Maybe a lot of people can do it under an hour, whatever. But I mean, that's like a great example of like when you have that kind of raid in place where it's like, hey, we just want to clear up to Crossroads or Honolulu Research Station. We'll finish the rest tomorrow, kind of thing. We didn't put that in place because we didn't have the time to build it. Like it was either this is going like this or it's not going at all. So I think it's to me it seems like that's part of the intent, at least in some of the discussions I've had with some of the people as well, was that being able to basically save your progress. Chat.
chat's been flying.
Okay, Pez is talking about AOD. Actually, I was talking about. Yeah, I was kind of, but like I said, most of you, a lot of you, can.
South Park WoW guy. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. AOD, MOC, Herd, FHQ. I mean, all those guys. What kind of Nerf gun would you or do you use if you get into a Nerf gunfight?
Yeah, I've had a professional Nerf fight here once, I think.
Yeah. I find it's not necessarily the gun. In my opinion, I get the Whistler darts. Because even if you don't hit who you're aiming at, or anyone at all, they at least hear the Whistler dart and feel the dread. So that's my pro tip for office Nerf fights.
Future Nerf fights.
The key is in the Whistler. Yeah, so another hurdle or issue we have, Recon mentioned there, is that if someone disconnects or like part of a group disbands, they have no way to backfill, so they have to either finish or leave and start over. So yeah, that's another thing that obviously, you know, to really like push the quality of those raids up and the quality of life, really, of like interacting with that content. We do have to make considerations like that, and those will be definitely topics of discussion when we're talking about that kind of content, for sure.
Oh, that's messed up, seriously.
Nas. I take off the tip of the dart and I put a tack in it with a modified Nerf, and then I could stick it in the cue. Oh my goodness.
I just like using the Nerf swords.
The Nerf swords?
Never
Oh,
miss.
yeah.
You never miss.
Never miss.
They can be dodged.
They're 100% painful.
Uh,
Can they be dodged?
yeah,
We'll test this.
we will.
It's like in Counter-Strike when you just run around with the knife out and try to knife everyone.
Yep. That's how you get to people faster.
We have some evil knifers in our group at work.
I don't think I want to further explore that question. But I think that was all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much everything we had for Chris. So with that, we're going to move into Technomaniac and Brogrammer's favorite segment of all time, which is Do You Even Art, Bro?
Do you even art, bro?
Yes. So today we are showcasing one of our longtime fan artists, and a pretty awesome one at that. He's been doing some crazy stuff. If you want a form avatar, you could probably ask him. He'll probably do it for you. Unfortunately, one of the biggest tragedies I think of Do Even Art Bro is that he hasn't won a single month. He's won a few weeks, but he hasn't won a month, and he hasn't made it to which means he hasn't made it to the finals, which I think is a crime. And I blame every single guest we've had on this show because, damn it, I wanted to have his stuff in there. But who do we have today, Mika?
For his question? Oh,
No.
legend.
We have
The legend.
Legend 57. So this is a sample of some of his artwork. So, Mika, you reached out to him, right, to talk about his?
Yes. I asked him a few questions. Was trying to get him to phone in, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. So we have his questions again. We'll give you a little synopsis on his response.
Yeah, we'll give him one. Yeah.
I hope we have the one with the pug in there. That was my favorite one.
There's a pug.
Yes, there's one
That
with
must-
a pug head. I think it was like the 6th or 7th one down. That was by far my favorite.
Yeah, I mean he's done avatars for some of the devs like Ghost Jaguar and Fitzwickham. I think Oscar 581
There it is.
still uses it.
Upper right in the middle.
Upper right in the middle.
The one with the text.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you could find a lot. Nope, that's not how it works.
There you go.
Woo, effects.
That's
My
awesome.
all-time
Boom.
favorite one.
That's bacterial. He's done so many
That was scary.
so many avatars for many different people in the community. There's Mika's,
Purple hair.
the purple hair one. Baron's, yeah, so many. I mean, it's just we really, it's long overdue. I mean, every time Legend puts something out there, I'm really excited every time he submits something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he really deserves this kind of celebration. The pedo bear one, is that for
Yeah.
you? Is that for Thundercleese?
That is for
The reason
He's
why
like,
is because
I'm
he had
not
the pedo
calling.
bear helmet on his desk the whole time, like for like months. 'Cause
But that was for Pedro Bear
Pedro Bear, yeah, maybe that's it.
or something like that, if I recall. It's been a while. I don't remember.
But yeah,
there's
he's
helmets on
he's
there.
made these mostly, I think, for people. They just went in and made requests. How many has he made?
219 so far.
Man.
Woo!
I think he started 2012, so
Yeah.
3 years.
You don't see a knife one? I think you just called that. You got called out, Legend. I'm sorry, I've been
Oh, yeah,
chatting.
no worries. So we asked him a few questions. I asked him what inspired him to create these awesome avatars. How did it start? And he said that he really liked how they looked on the profiles during missions and stuff, and he wanted to learn how to make his own. So he uses the DDS files of in-game NPC profile pictures, and then he converts them to PNG and edits those with Photoshop.
Nice.
Where is our pug NPC located, actually? I want to find that one.
I also asked him what his favorite part was creating these avatars, and he's such a nice person. He's like, I really like to just, make people happy and, to like embody this, like create this character this person like has envisioned, and I'm just like, you're so cool, man.
Yeah.
You're so cool. And then I asked him, did you run into any challenges while creating these avatars? And he said the biggest was he got overwhelmed with too many requests. Understandably so.
I can see that because I mean, when he first posted the first couple, and then like the requests started piling in.
The last thing I asked him was what other type of artwork he does he do, and he sent me 3 images. I don't know if we had them loaded up or not, but they're really cool. It's like, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh,
That guy looks cool.
looks like straight out of Dark Souls.
Yeah, that guy looks badass.
There he is.
Yep, that's his.
There's
That's
the
him,
legend.
right?
Yep.
That's Legend 57. Yep. I recognize that character.
This one's my favorite.
Oh,
The 8-bit.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Awesome. Well, I have to say thank you, Legend 57, for years of fan art. Fantastic job and well done. And we appreciate it. I'm sure the community as a whole appreciates your work on the avatars and everything.
oh, Swizza, he's in my army.
Swizza's in your
Kitsune
army?
Hi, Swizza.
I have 2 reps from my army. I'm in Lane's
aren't
army.
you cool?
Lane Pez. But yeah, thanks again, Legend 57. Great job all around. And with that, we're going to end it off with... Are we ready to end it off? We can end it off, I guess.
We do have the community event still.
Oh.
Yes.
I forgot
I almost
last
forgot
time.
that one. I was like looking down this like, oh, we almost did it again.
I almost forgot last time.
Yeah.
We're getting
we
better
didn't
at
have
this,
time
guys.
last time though, but this time we have time.
Everybody, we're getting better at this.
Yes.
Where'd my bell go?
You have
Damn
a bell?
it.
You have a bell?
They took my bell away.
Wonder why. Oh no, that's even worse. Community events.
Thundercleese just went like... Anyways, go ahead, Mika. I'm sorry.
So we have a past community event. I think we have a video for that one for Badass Mother Truckers
Yeah.
hosted by Sexy Baba.
Yep. He actually posted, I think, last night or maybe this morning that's got pushed back to next weekend.
I think, okay, so the one that we have the video for, I think, is from the previous one he
Yeah.
did. He's done multiple ones, which is awesome. And then the one coming up this week is... I think we have a video for that one, too. Oh, yeah, of course. Ongoing Pez punting.
Of course.
Or just any dev in general, as long as you see a red 5.
If you find a dev, it's not just us. I think there are some volunteers like Broken and Chube are saying that you can punt their characters too and it'll count.
Awesome.
So
Sharing
it's
the
not just
punt
me.
love. It's not just me, guys.
It's not just me, guys. Don't stop picking on me.
Oh,
I've already spent.
It's because they love you.
We have no video. That's fine.
Oh.
That's totally
That's
fine.
cool.
There
I'll
are
post it in
videos.
the
We will
recap.
post them in the recap.
Yeah, recap.
We're not that stressed about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not just me, guys. I've already spent like tens of thousands of crystal item repairs over the past
Aw.
couple of weeks. You know what?
I
More
I
punting.
should just stop repairing my gear. I mean, simple solution: just repair it once.
I always have fun
True.
placing down the little, what are those called? The things that launch you into the air?
Oh, the jump pads?
Yeah. Because people always try to scan hammer me whenever they see me, so I always put down the jump pad right in front of me. And they always go, woo, right over.
Counter troll.
Yeah. Lane, I told you to strip before you AFK. I think there might be some law against that in the United States.
Especially on Twitch. Twitch doesn't appreciate that.
Especially on Twitch. I don't know. We get yeah, 216 TAC got me, I think. A bunch of people got me. Unequip before you go AFK. All right. Whatever. I'm too lazy for that.
Oh, well, then you're going to pay the price.
Yeah, I don't mind paying the price.
10,000 crystal.
It's fine. I have hundreds of thousands left over from
I'll give you my crystal,
beta.
Frank. I have a lot.
Do you have a lot?
No.
I have like, I think I still have like 450K.
I have like
I'm hurting on
5,000.
credits though because I'm not keeping up on my conversions.
Oh,
But
you're like Scrooge. You're like McDuck. You just jump into your
yeah.
banks of crystite.
Giant vault
Yeah,
of
yeah.
crystite and swim in it. That needs to be a fan art.
I was a Pez punter before Pez punting was cool. Well, so previously, and we changed this, you could take a glider pad and it didn't care if a player was there, you could deploy it. So that led to a
Excellent.
lot of griefing. But yeah, that's some of the earlier versions of player punting. Well, wasn't just me. But yeah, what would happen was when the printer was over by Luau Larry's in Copacabana, they'd be like facing out towards the ocean, so someone would just walk by and put
Oh,
a flat
no.
pad down and poof, just take off into the ocean.
The biggest self-realization I had in Firefall was I was gliding like way high in the air because I was trying to get to a different spot, and I accidentally went like from Sertao to Copa, I think, or Sertao to Coral Forest, and apparently when you zone, it keeps you in your same position but cancels out your glider. So I went
Yup.
right down into the earth.
Yeah, that was another quality of life improvement that we didn't have time to put in. Ghost Jaguar was a... Yeah, we've changed it. I mean, honestly, we haven't changed it because we got grief. We changed it because a lot of people were very frustrated. And that at that time, that was when if you died, your gear would eventually permanently break.
Oh.
So, which means no repairs. Like, you have to now replace that equipment. So that people were very, very upset about that, and rightfully so. So we had to change, make the change for that.
Whenever people ask me about when the new zones are coming out, I always tell them there's a new Atlantis zone we just came out with, and you just swim out from Copa, and eventually you'll reach it.
Jesus. Oh my God. That's just awful. That reminds me of like back in early closed beta, we had the Lab 16 area, and it was just that chunk, so that little square, not built up as nice as it is now either, because all we had was PvP maps. So we had this issue where you would go into the checkerboard land or the nothing map, and like people would be in there, and then Nick Keith, one of our world builders, was like, we can't show this anymore. So he just built that, and he's like, let's just have them zone into that and have a lobby. So we built that and had like just melding all around it. So people would get medics together and try and chain healing, be like, okay, which direction is Copacabana? Like that way. They're like, let's see if we can make it to Copacabana running through the melding. Obviously, since we only shipped the chunk, they would have fell off the edge of the world before they made it to Copacabana, well before. But it was still funny watching people try. Anyway. Never forget Checkerboard Land. That's probably one of my favorite memories. It was the medics chaining together and trying to run, like charge into the building to try and make it to Copacabana. Oh, jeez. Anyways, so any more events? Sorry.
No, you're good. From what I saw, there was only 2 for this week.
Yep, and we're reviewing a couple more. I'm in a conversation with Spitfire and Sexy Baba and all them, and I just haven't gotten back to them yet. But so many things going on.
Exciting.
So many things.
I accidentally released the new Atlantis zone. We're supposed to keep that secret.
I mean, yeah.
My bad, guys.
Yeah, so you're referring to the glider pad going down and why we changed. Yeah, it was happening before that, long before that, obviously. But we changed it because it was affecting people's equipment. You're right, it was happening. Like, it wasn't like a change to that and then changed back. It was like that, and then once it started breaking people's equipment when they were AFK at the printer, we're like, yeah, that needs to change. We can't let people
You had
do
to be
that.
like standing inside somewhere. So paranoid.
So, yeah, with that, we're going to get into the last segment, which is every week we show, we post on Facebook a candid photo of the team at some point doing work, sort of. Usually. We'll see. This week we got, I think it's another one of the Thundercleese shots from team meeting. This one came up a couple of times.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here?
I'm not happy until you actually scream that.
Actually.
I'm just kidding.
You don't have your comms in. I'll be blowing out people's ears.
I can hear you.
And with that, gentlemen, I give you dramatic pause.
Soon, Tim.
Soon.
We can't use that. That's Blizzard's copyright.
What else do you expect? Lightsabers?
I mean,
Do I look like I care?
Just go with the obvious here.
I mean, really.
Whoever took the company sweater can bring it forth now and not face any consequences. Eek, the sweater's is mine.
There is the one guy in the back. He's just like holding on to it.
I didn't think you would actually put that one in.
You didn't think I would do that?
I see Brad.
One of the guys that used to work with us added that in there. I see Brad. I had to throw that in there.
Out of focus, like in the back.
He is out of focus in the back, but I wanted to actually like see if I had time to like throw a red panda face, and Photoshop
my
that over his
gosh,
face.
That would have been awesome.
Where is he?
The green. I think
Found
he's
him.
wearing green shirt. Yeah.
Pastel.
Ska dude.
We started a hashtag. What else do we need to do to make sure he gets blamed for everything? Blame Pez. £.
Oh my goodness.
Every year it gets updated.
Oh my God. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, just to recap, I think next week we should have a Tech Ops invasion. I don't think Mika's going to be with us, but
No.
we should have a Tech Ops invasion, which should be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, we'll have Cloud Chaser on. We'll talk about itemization. We'll probably post the blog before he's on.
Yep.
That way people can start to talk about it and we can start to digest some of the early feedback people get and the early impressions on the itemization stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And following that, we'll have Cowboy on to talk about combat, which is something we need to talk about because we want to do we're going to do a capture session so we can show B-roll of myself, Mika, and David all in different scenarios with different battle frames, showing off accenting all their cool stuff.
Yeah.
I forget who's after Cowboy. I think it's the 4th of July at that point.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're off that week.
Past that is.
Past that, it's July.
Oh yeah, July. We're in June. July. It's June 25th. July.
Yep. So
Yep.
yeah, some information on itemization coming. Pretty. I want to say not next week, probably the week after. We'll have it ready. We're just dressing it up now, and then we're going to get some nice images to go along with it. But yeah, no PTS patch this month, but we're getting really close. And that's about everything for the week. Thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
I'm glad we got to talk about the LFG upgrade. I mean, that was some really exciting stuff. I mean, I think people are going to really love that feature. So. Yeah, thanks for coming on and spoiling it for everyone. That was, I mean, well, I don't mean spoiling, but relaying spoilers. That's always the best kind of show.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
the show everyone loves, is we have spoilers. And thank you, Mika, for coming and helping organize the show. Me. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you all
Bye-bye.
next week.
Welcome to the Ares Initiative, pilot. You are an assault reconnaissance extraction specialist. You are humanity's greatest hope. The melding has transformed the Earth. The Chosen harass our strongholds while bandits take advantage of the chaos.